Now about the career plan is
Okay.
let's talk about that briefly. So the career plan is you should try to link what you currently do to your future plans. I'll just talk briefly about it. So talk about what you currently do. Then you should also remember to talk about the fact that probably there's a skill gap that is missing. So the need for that master's needs to come in. So if, for instance, I say I want to provide water to my community and it just requires me paying someone to dig a borehole, I don't need a master's for that.
No, you don't.
Exactly. So when it comes to your career plan, you should try to be specific. Talk about the fact that you want to achieve these things, but you don't have those skills. You lack the skills that will help you get to that point. So having these masters will give you the skills that will help you achieve your career goals. Now, another thing you should also talk about is try to link your future career plans with what the UK is currently doing in Nigeria. Very, very important. Anyhow you want to do that linking, just link it. So the UK has key priority areas in Nigeria every year. So me, I was able to tap on one, which is climate change. So you know how energy and climate change are interrelated. I talked about the fact that we still do practice gas flaring in Nigeria. My final year project was my previous work. My final year project was on the elimination of gas flaring using the injector technology. My future career plan is to go to learn about energy management, to know how we could use to manage our energy and then reduce the CO2 emissions and the whole greenhouse gas effect and stuff. So just let's have a flow. It should be a flow of thought with what you have done before, what you currently do, what you intend to do in the future, and how this masters will give you the skills you need to get to that point, and how your future career plan is in line with the key priority areas in Nigeria. So there is a page on Instagram called the UK in Nigeria. Go through that page. The UK is doing a lot in Nigeria. Like you see so many projects the UK government is doing that you can link to. You can see, so currently I do, and then if you see this is in line with what the UK is currently doing in Nigeria, like this something like that. So I will talk about about climate change. I talked about the fact that the UK government is even hosting the COP26 conference. So I talked about the fact that the UK government is hosting the COP26 conference in Glasgow, Scotland, and which is one of the reason I want to go to Scotland also, so that I can attend that conference.
It just aligns.
Exactly. So let's have the flow. So I was like, attending this conference will help me, and studying in Scotland will give me an opportunity to attend this conference. So just find a way to find a synergy between what you currently do, what you've done before, and what you intend to do in the future, and link it to what the UK is doing in Nigeria. So there's this site they call the Death Tracker also. They don't even heard about
no.
So that Death Tracker, the Death Tracker, you check different projects UK is doing in Nigeria, the amount of funding they put into it, where the project has gotten to. So there's a way to streamline it. You can put a particular field, if it's engineering, if it's energy, if it's the health sector, to just help to filter those projects and bring out the important ones. So I use that site very well to get some projects that the UK government is doing. I talked about the transforming energy projects, for instance, in my career plan. So now another thing you should do is your career plan. Let's say you should have your short-term career plan. Let's say your career plan, so your mid-term and your long-term. So the short-term is what you plan to do immediately you finish the masters. The mid-term could be like, I think, 3 to 5 years after your masters, and then your long-term plan should be like 10 years after your masters. So you should have that synergy: short-term, mid-term, and long-term. So somehow I just look for some projects that were in line with my long-term goals, like the transforming energy project the UK government does, where they scale up technologies that can help to provide clean and sustainable energy to African and Nigerian households. So I talk about the fact that I'll have an NGO that will be like an information hub where I will get young Nigerians together that have information and they have research you've done that can help to provide sustainable energy in Nigeria and Africa. Then we've committed to this UK's transforming energy project, because they help to scale up such technology. If they see that your idea is good, they can help scale it up. So stuff like that. Don't go and talk about now. When talking about your career plan, please, you need to be specific. Talk about the fact that you want to come back to Nigeria. Always reference you're coming back to Nigeria, because they don't want to spend on you and then you give them issues and they'll start calling you back. And you say you want to do your master's or your PhD or something. If you have a plan for your PhD, it shouldn't be in your short-term plan. It could be in your long-term career plan, not your immediate plan. So always ensure that you talk about the fact that you really want to come back to give back that knowledge you've gotten, like immediately, and then in the midterm, something like that. So
okay, so for me about the career plan, I also want to align with your statement about ensuring that it is mid-term, short-term, mid-term,
and
and long-term. But one thing that is very, very important that you need to understand, so you mentioned about synergy. People make a lot of mistakes. Now, you've told stories in your introduction, you've told stories in your networking and in your leadership. Now, your career plan, one way or the other, should also align to those stories that you've told. One way or the other, you have to find a way to align. And I'll give an example during my own, when I was responding to my career plan, and even the same thing I did during the interview. Now, my midterm career plan, I said I wanted to work on issues around education and around digital access. And then the UK government has this program, digital access program, which is basically digital access through education, which is related to the field I was working with. Coincidentally, the person on my interview panel, the person's office is overseeing the digital access program.
Wow.
So you see that if you lie,
they will catch you.
They will catch you.
Exactly.
One way or the other. So it's better to be very fully prepared with your statements, with your statistics, and with your facts.
Yes.
I'll be very confident about them, about it. So I think about how I want to, in the midterm, in the short term, I want to be able to see how I can, through the digital access program, to expand media and information literacy access to as many people as possible in Nigeria, and to also work to bridge that gap in media and information literacy together alongside with education. And then for the short term, for the midterm, the UK has this program that they call Project Zagah, whereby they want to install like internet across the whole of the UK to connect like people that were not initially connected to the internet. And I was like, this is a very good program, because even the UK is advanced and they still want to do this. But I feel that the project will also be of similar, even better impact than here in Nigeria. And I'm coming to the UK to come and learn how this program is being implemented, and how through my relationship with the Chevening, with the UK government, and through the Chevening, I can learn and be able to bring this project or this impact to Nigeria, and to connect as many people as possible to the internet. And Nigeria is the next digital frontier in Africa, and if Africa is the next frontier in the world, and Nigeria is the next frontier in Africa, and I think that Nigeria is also poised to be the next frontier. To be the next frontier in the world. And then in my long-term plan, and I related my long-term plan to the story that I told in my introduction about how people used to call me information minister, and that my long-term plan is to ensure that I'm able to get all of these skills, and then to work with, and then also do your research very well. I figured out that most of the ministers of communication in Nigeria either come through NITDA or come through NBC. So I was like, so my long-term plan is to be able to work with either NITDA or NBC, and get to the level of a director or assistant director there, and build my way up, because I want to be able to achieve my childhood dream of being the Minister of Information. And I also figured out that most Minister of Information or Communication in Nigeria used to go through either NITDA or the NBC or NCC, and that's why I also want to follow that career path to achieve my long-term goal. So they're like, it was very soothing to, and it was very pleasing to hear to the panel. They're just like nodding and they're smiling, because I didn't get lost in the story towards the end. I didn't get lost in the story I told from the beginning. I was able to sink it. And then trust me, there are people there that are experts
in your
field.
So you lie.
So they know. Like when I was talking about the digital access program, and like this is the person that our office is particularly overseeing the project. So she even has more information
about it than you do.
About it than I do. So if you lie about it, you probably just shoot yourself in the leg. So please always ensure that your short-term, your mid-term, and your long-term career path, they relate, very important, like what she said, they connect to what the UK government is doing in Nigeria, and how you want to benefit from it. It's not a secret, it's open, it's on the UK government's website. When you go to the UK government's website, click on Nigeria, it will show you everything that they are doing in Nigeria.
That's the death tracker.
And then she also mentioned about death tracker.
No, that's the death tracker.
So it's not rocket science. You don't even need to have high-level Google experience to be able to find all of this information out. They're all there. And then, like she mentioned, on Instagram and on their social media, they're very open about what it is that they are doing. So look at it and say, okay, how does this align to what I want to do in the immediate term? Because yes, obviously over the period of time, over the years, in the long term, their focus may shift. Their policy towards Nigeria may shift. So that's why you should align that to your short-term or your mid-term career plan, and then your long-term plan should be after, okay, what it is that you want for yourself as a professional person, and in the long term, maybe you want to be president of Nigeria, you want to be minister of this. You know, it can be, no matter how scary your long-term plan is or goal is, don't be afraid to talk about it or to share it. You know, be
smart. Your goal should be smart.
On it, obviously, it has to be something that's smart, and you have to be able to show how your long-term from your short-term plan connects to your mid-term plan, and how your mid-term plan connects to your long-term plan. So there should be that connection.
And then please, just try to point out the fact that the masters will play a role in achieving all these goals, to give you the skills you need to achieve your short-term, your mid-term, and long-term plan, and how probably the international exposure will also help you get to these dreams, and the fact that you're a Chevening scholar, how the whole prestige and everything that comes with being a Chevening scholar will help place you there to get the right networks and achieve these your both mid-term, short-term, and long-term.
And then one very important advice I got, and I think everyone should have that too, is also that don't sell yourself short. So I'm a very quiet and reserved person, so I don't even talk about most of the things that I do. But see, that interview, it's probably between 30 minutes to 1 hour to 45 minutes or 1 hour to determine your next 1 year and probably your future and your life. So please sell yourself, market yourself,
you don't have to blow your own trumpet,
advertise yourself, blow your trumpet, your trombone, or whatever equipment, musical instrument it is, blow it and sell yourself. Don't be trying to say you want to be humble, you want to be meek,
or you want to hide in between. Or you say you were we. Achievement, so don't always use we. What is your own contribution?
Exactly. No, you can talk about we, but please, I should come first, and then we should come next.
Later.
So
exactly.
sell yourself very well to say that, oh, you are the person that, because it was because of you that they or we were able to do XYZ. So please note all of this, and then as you prepare for your application now or in future,
we wish you success.
We wish you success. Yes. If we could do it, we are not smart. I didn't make a first class. Well, she's an engineer. For a female engineer, she's definitely smart. Me, I'm not smart. So if we could do it, say if you are smart, she's smart, she could do it. If you are not smart, I'm not smart, I could also do it. So it means that whatever it is, whatever you feel that whatever spectrum that you feel that you're on, it's still very possible that you could get achievement scholarship.
So believe in yourself, and I'm waiting to see your picture.
I can't keep.
So please.
Sincerely, it is actually you can't keep calm, because when you get that, so they call the rejection mails love letters, and then I don't know what they call the acceptance mail, but trust me, when you get that mail, you cannot keep calm. Like, they're not lying, because when I was facilitating a conference when the mail entered, so I didn't even check it, and I got to, when you're so used to getting rejection emails, so you've developed thick skin. But so I didn't even read it. So I was just facilitating. But my phone is in my pocket, and these touch screens, they'll just touch on them. Then I bought it that's already opened, and I saw we are very pleased with your.
We are delighted.
We are delighted.
The entire panel was delighted with
good. I was just walking up and down the office. I didn't know where I was going. I was walking. I walk here. I didn't even know where I was going. I just walk here. I'll come back. I'll walk this way. I'll come back. So my program manager was asking me, "What's the issue? You look so unrelaxed and tense." I was like, "Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down." Then I flared up again. So we wanted to have that similar experience, and then we also wanted to sit on this side of the camera someday to also talk about your experience while you're applying for the Achievement Scholarship.
So thank you very much, and thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. Very much. Thank you.